مساء الخير والمحبة أعضاء جمعيتنا وضيوفنا الكرام، أهلا وسهلا بكم في الندوة الصحية. نبدأ اليوم اجتماع ندوتنا الصحية الاجتماعية الثانية عشر بعنوان ندوة هشاشة العظام. نأمل أن تستفيدوا منها كما نتمنى أن تتمتعوا ببرنامجنا الفني والاجتماعي لهذه الليلة. اسمي حسام ققو وسأكون أنا عريف الحفل هذا المساء. My name is Hussam Gaggo and I'm going to be your MC for tonight. This is the 12th seminar and the last one for the Health and Wealth Education Program for the current financial year. أعزائنا الحضور، أمامكم على الطاولات برنامج النشاط الاجتماعي وكذلك جدول الاستفتاء. نرجو من الجميع ملء الاستمارات لغرض التعرف على كيفية تطوير البرنامج بالمستقبل. شكرا أيضا لكل من يسجل اسمه بوضوح في الاستمارات بهدف التواصل معكم. كما تعلمون أبواب الطوارئ هي كافة أبواب القاعة من الباب الرئيسي للدخول والباب الجانبي الأخير على جانبكم الأيسر. بالنسبة لأطفالنا هم أكبادنا، يرجى يكون مكانهم في نهاية القاعة، ويرجى من عوائل الأطفال أن يتواجدوا قرب أطفالهم لرعايتهم. الآن أعزائنا الحضور، يتفضل الآن دكتور رمزي البرنوطي رئيس جمعية ومنظم البرنامج الصحي للترحيب بالحاضرين. تفضل أستاذ دكتور برنوطي.
مساء الخير، أهلا بكم أهلنا في برنامجكم صحتك ثروتك. نحتفل اليوم بانتهاء المرحلة الثانية من برنامج بهذه الندوة الاحتفالية، تماما كما احتفلنا في نهاية المرحلة الأولى من البرنامج الصحي الاجتماعي. في 16 أيلول القادم سبتمبر سنبدأ المرحلة الثالثة من هذا البرنامج الذي أصبح أكثر تنظيما. ستنعقد الندوات في كافة الأشهر الفردية وفي الأحد الثالث أو الرابع من الشهر. هذا البرنامج يستمر في تحقيق هدفيه: الإرشاد الصحي واللقاء الاجتماعي لأبناء المجتمع كافة. لذلك لن أكرر ما سبق وأن وضحناه حول أهداف البرنامج. سأكتفي اليوم بشكر عناوين من ساهم في بناء هذا البرنامج وتطويره. شكرا لكل من حضر هذه الندوات، فبدون حضوركم لا يمكن أن ينجح ويتطور أي مشروع. شكرا للمتطوعين من أطباء المجتمع الذين يقدمون إرشاداتهم الصحية. شكرا للصحافة والإعلام والفضائيات التي غطت هذا النشاط الصحي الاجتماعي. شكرا لكل فنان وممثل وشاعر أمتعنا بإدائه. شكرا لأعضاء جمعيتنا الجنود المجهولين الذين يعملون بجد لإنجاح برامج الجمعية. شكرا نادي ماركوني، فإن دعمكم لنشاطات الجمعية يزداد سنويا منذ سنة 2015. في سنة 2015 دعمتم نشاطنا الاجتماعي الشهري. 2016-2017 دعمتم برنامج صحتك ثروتك في مرحلتيه الأولى والثانية. أما هذه السنة فقد دعمتم برنامج صحتك ثروتك في المرحلة الثالثة، وأضفتم دعم برامج جمعيتنا. البرنامج الأول المدعوم هو قهوة عزاوي في سيدني. سوف نقوم باحتفالية كبيرة عنوانها قهوة عزاوي في سيدني في هذه القاعة إن شاء الله. والبرنامج الثاني برنامج تعاضد وتماسك المرأة العراقية. لذلك في احتفاليتنا الختامية لهذا الموسم نشكر نادي ماركوني ممثلا بالمدير العام توني زابية، كما نشكر من يهيئ وينظم كافة خدمات هذه القاعدة ليزا هوتشكن. Good evening everybody. Welcome to the second stage, to the end of the second stage of Health as Wealth socio-educational program. The Arabic-speaking community listen to the health issues and they socialize and rejoice in this hall, in this club. Health education socialization was, is, and will remain the main goal of Health as Wealth program. We have achieved a lot, but not alone. Without support, we couldn't start nor continue this program. IACA board thanks the attendance, the community doctors, the speakers, the media, artists, actors, poets, and for their support. But today we thank a special supporter, in fact, a partner in Health is Wealth program. Thanks to Club Marconi directors, CEO, and managers for their continuous support since 2014 for IACA social activities. 2016 and 17, Marconi supported Health is Wealth program stage 1 and 2. But 2018 differs. Club Marconi supported Health is Wealth program stage 3 and extended their support to 2 other programs, Azawi Cafe in Sydney and Iraqi Women Cohesion. In our closing ceremony for Health is Wealth Stage 2, IACA thanks Club Marconi, represented by CEO Tony Zapia. Tony, please step in. Now you see all these arrangements in this hall. The person managing everything is Lisa Hoskin. Please step in, Lisa. CEO Marconi, Tony, is going to have a few points.
Thank you. Just first of all, excuse my dress, I've been out all day. Don't put your hands together for myself and Lisa or Club Marconi, but put your hands together for Dr. Ramsey for the wonderful work he does. As Club Marconi, on behalf of the Board of Directors, we welcome the Arabic-speaking community. You're a big part of the local community here at Fairfield, and we are pleased to continue to support Health is Wealth, and we encourage you to continue to attend the seminars. I know they take a lot of work to be put together, but without the work of Dr. Ramsey and his people, they wouldn't be on. But you're always welcome here at Club Marconi. We are a multicultural club, not only an Italian club, and welcome and thank you.
Shukran, Dr. Ramzi al-Barnouti, and thanks for Club's Marconi speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to welcome Mr. Walangari Karntawarra. Mr. Walangari is an Aboriginal activist, artist, and a painter. He will take us through some of the Aboriginal art and music for tonight. Please, Mr. Walangari, come through.
Shukran. Marhaba. My name is Walangari Karntawarra, and thank you for welcoming me here tonight. Tonight I'll be just giving you a brief interlude into Aboriginal culture, Aboriginal peoples. The land, this great land that we're on, is the land of the Aboriginal people. For many thousands of years, it was a secret country. Today it's not a secret anymore, because everybody knows about it. Unfortunately, not too many people know about Aboriginal people. And as visitors and as newcomers to this great country of ours, it's important to have a relationship with Aboriginal people. I myself am married to a Lebanese woman for 26 years. She's from Bashari. And my brother is also married to a Lebanese woman. And they've just had a little baby. And he's an Aboriginal Aranda man and a Lebanese man. So my connections to Lebanon are very strong. There's also a relationship that my family have had for over 2,000 years, and that relationship is with Egypt. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. So I want to just introduce you to this wonderful instrument of ours. But before I do, I want to pay particular respect to the traditional owners of Sydney. They are called Eora. There are 29 clans that are part of the Darug Nation, which is in the Blue Mountains, all the way down to the coast, which includes the Gadigal people, and they refer to themselves as the Coastal Darug. A little bit of an idea about how long Aboriginal people have been on this, in this country. Well, we've been here forever, from the beginning of time. We do not come from Africa, and that is the truth. And so we have been here from the beginning, and for all those thousands of, many tens of thousands of years, we've never had a war, not one war. Not in violence, maybe because somebody might have had a little skirmish and stole somebody's wife, and then there was trouble. But other than that, you couldn't fight anyone, because if you went and fought somebody, they were your family, and you could not kill your family. And it was forbidden in my culture. Still is today. I just want to play a little bit more of this wonderful instrument. We call it a didgeridoo. However, we have over 100 names for this instrument, and its most favoured name, its most sacred name, is called Yiraki. So can you say Yiraki? And another name is Yigi Yigi. And then in my culture, where I come from in Alice Springs in the desert, we don't actually have one of these. It's not in my culture. However, we know about it. It's like icebergs. We know about icebergs, but we don't have them in our culture. But we call this didgeridoo Ilpura. So can you say Ilpura? And the word Ilpura is the name that we give to the voice pipe in my language, in Aranda. And the Aranda language, my language, is the oldest language in this country, if not the whole world. So I'm just going to show you how we play it. Now, the first time it was noticed was some explorers who were walking around the country, and they heard a strange sound, and what they heard was the sound didgeridoo. It's not an Aboriginal word, it's just a sound that we make that comes out of this instrument. And however, the explorers noted it down in their journal and called it didgeridoo. So from that day on, we've forever called it a didgeridoo in its modern context. But I'm going to play that little song for you, and also it'll be a part of a cleansing song. So there we go. The didgeridoo sound. There are rules in relationship to our instruments. Aboriginal culture, we don't have a lot of material things that we cherish, because Aboriginal people aren't a materialistic culture. Things like gold, we were forbidden to wear. Things like silver, we were forbidden to wear. Anything that embellished our bodies, other than scarification on our bodies, was forbidden. Because gold, we believe, comes from our Creator. It is his skin. So when he was here, he shed his skin, and the skin that was left lying on the ground was gold. And we were forbidden to touch it. However, when non-Aboriginal people came here, they took all the gold and took it all. And but anyway, it's not for us to worry about as Aboriginal people. But I'm going to show you a little bit more. I want to say hello also in the language of the Eora. So it's important to share language. So the Eora, when they say hello, they say warami, warami. And in my language, in Haranda, we call ourselves Arilla. And when we say hello, we put our hand up like this, and we twist it, and we point, and we say wurda, wurda. And that's my language. So it's important to share as well our languages. The other little story I wanted to tell you about was that our relationship with Egypt and my family's relationship. It's not a relationship that's held by other Aboriginal people, only my family. And my family we have been associated with the Middle East and with Egypt for over 2,000 years. And Aboriginal people, my family went to Egypt many, many times. We sailed to Egypt on reed boats. These reed boats came from Egypt all the way down. They landed here in Sydney Harbour, and then there were a group of high priests that were escorted all the way to Central Australia. And when they came to Central Australia, they had ceremonies with my family, and we exchanged gifts. So my family have heirlooms from Egypt. I have Skara beetles. I have Sumerian text. I have cuneiform. I have tablets in my culture. And also my family have mummies. We are the only people in Australia to have mummies. And that because of our relationship with Egypt. Thank you. So hopefully I'll go back to Egypt one day and visit. I'm going to show you how we play this wonderful instrument. There are a couple of little rules. Unfortunately, women are not allowed to play the yidaki, but it was a woman that found it in the dream time, but the father took it away from her because she didn't do what she was supposed to do. And what she was supposed to do was to go out and get food for her young brothers and sisters. But instead, she came home late at night and she brought back a didgeridoo. So the father said, "You cannot have it anymore. I'm going to take it off you, and only men are allowed to play it from here on in." So that's just a little rule that we have. I want to show you how we play it. And what we do is, in order to play it, it's also a meditative tool. So when you play it, you can meditate in a conscious way. And it's good for pain. We use it for pain therapy, and we use it for healing. It's a very good instrument for healing. It's also good for self-healing, because if you play it, you increase your oxygen level up to 20%. So it's very good. But how we play it is a bit like this. So first of all, when we play it, we need to make our voice, our sound vibrate. So first sound. Second sound. Third sound. And then the fourth sound, we use our voice. And then if you blow it tight, just squeeze it gently, we get the trumpet. And then if you squeeze it a little bit tighter and push the sound up, we get the octave. So that's the most that I can actually get, but in order to get the second or a third octave, you have to probably be about 8 foot tall to get the second one, and then probably be about 10 foot tall to get the third octave. And you need to have a big chest about that big. But if you're lucky enough, you can get a didgeridoo that's actually can give you those three sounds. It's a very rare didge if you ever find one, and you should never sell it. So I'm going to play you a couple of sounds and a couple of more little tunes. Thank you. Just a little story about where the Dreamtime, the spirit of this Yidaki comes from, and it comes from Arnhem Land. So the people in Arnhem Land have the story for the Yidaki, and it comes from a place called Beswick. So if you ever travel up to Arnhem Land and you travel to Beswick, that's the place where the didgeridoo came up out of the ground. It is made by white ants. The white ants go up into the middle, they eat the centre out, and what we do is we go along, we don't chop the didgeridoo down straight away, we have to tap it to see if it's hollow. If it's got bark on it, we just cut a little bit of bark back like that, and then we tap it on the bare wood. And that way we don't ring bark the tree. So we've been farming the Yidakis down here for about 35,000 years. They've been getting it down here, and we still get didgeridoos, Yidakis from the same place. So we never go anywhere else. And it's been around for many thousands of years. And there are also stories of Egypt. So in Egyptian culture, you will see in the hieroglyphics, you will see people playing the didgeridoo. And that's because we shared it, like I said. And also, I want to show you something else. So over here, we have true boomerangs, real boomerangs, not those ones that you buy in a shop. This is made by my family. This is what a boomerang should sound like. So that's the sound of a real boomerang, and when I play that sound like that, in our culture, that's the sound of lightning, when lightning strikes. Now these boomerangs that I have here, the word boomerang comes from Sydney. They call it boomerang, but in my language, we call it by a girl's name, because it's a female boomerang, comes from the female part of a tree, and there's a great Australian girl's name that's been taken from these boomerangs. And that name is Kylie. So if you know anyone, a girl called Kylie, her name comes from these boomerangs, which are from the leaves or branches of the tree. We have a single boomerang that comes from the trunk, which we call a wilkie, and that's the number 7, we call that one. And the number 7, the male boomerang, is thrown back to front, whereas the female boomerang is thrown with the curve that way. But the male, you throw backwards, like that. Now, we use boomerangs, like I said, for hunting and gathering, but we also use it for music. And these are men's clapsticks. We also use it, unlike everybody else, we light fires with it. So when we light a fire, we saw it across the boom. So we have a softwood and a hardwood, and then we saw it, and that way we create friction and we create fire. So that's how we make fire in my culture. So that's a little bit about, and it's made from a wood called mulga wood, which is the hardest wood in Australia, and which all Aboriginal tools are made from. Now, I want to get back and play some more Yidaki, but I want to show you something very important. As a part of this health conference, Aboriginal people have always been probably the most healthiest people in the world, mainly because we didn't eat stuff that wasn't good for you. We only ate good things, all healthy things. It wasn't until the British came here that they brought the rubbish with them, especially sugar. And sugar is the killer. Kills too many of our people, like alcohol. But over here, I want to show you this wonderful piece of paper bark. It's sort of a bit obscure. People see trees, and they don't really realise what they're about. But these trees here are full of medicine. It's got eucalyptus in it, and we use it for many things. We can use it for building materials. We can use it for carpets, for padding. We can use it for lighting fires. And we can also use it for cooking. We cook fish in here. So you put the fish over here, and then you put it on top, tie it up, you throw it in the water, soak it, then you put it in the fire, and it steams the fish. And because there's medicine inside here, eucalyptus, the eucalyptus goes through the fish, infuses into the meat, so when you eat the fish, you're actually taking an internal drug. So before pills were invented, we ate fish and consumed the medicine that way, so we were healed ourselves inside. And then of course you would open it up like that. Once the fish is cooked, you would eat it, you would chuck it down there, and you would share that fish with your small animals like ants, lizards, birds, all those other important animals that we believe are really important, not just big animals. The small animals are just as important, because if we didn't have the white ants, we wouldn't have didgeridoos. So we take care of those little baby little ants, and they look after us by providing us with magnificent didgeridoos. So I want to show you one more aspect of this wonderful plant. And the antibiotic, you can get it two ways. Like I said, you can get it through eating the fish, or you can do it like this. In the old ways, when we had, if we had cuts, or anything like that, or open skin lesions or things like that, we would clean it, and then we would apply it as a band-aid. So we cook fish, we can build houses, we can build carpets, and we can use this same material as a band-aid. So what we do is merely just pull off a piece like that, or a little bit bigger, and then what I'll show you over here, if you see on my hand, if you can see on my hand there, there's a white powder. That white powder there is antibiotic. So before the British came, we healed our people. One thing we didn't do was chop people's legs off. If they got a bad leg, we healed them. If they got a wound, we healed them. We never cut anybody's limbs off ever in our life. And that way there, you kept yourself healed. As well as that, Aboriginal food is all medicine. We believe that water is medicine. We believe that air is medicine. We believe that laughter is medicine. We believe, because in our culture, we are great storytellers, and we love making people laugh, because laughter is good for you. So there we are, a little bit of a story there on this wonderful piece of vegetation or bark. I want to just talk about some of the ways in which Aboriginal people acquired food. Now, in other cultures around the world, the idea to get food was to go out and hunt. So you would get your spears, whatever it is, and you would go out and you would spend the whole day tracking down certain animals. However, in Aboriginal culture, we don't think that's good. That's too hard. So we made it easy for us. So over here I have one instrument we call an Emu Caller. So if we wanted to get a nest, go to the nest and get an egg, we couldn't go up to the emu nest and get an egg, because the emu would stand up and he would kill you. He would pick your eyes out and he would kick you with his thumb and rip you down the stomach. So to avoid danger, we trick him. We use an Emu Caller. So when the emu hears that sound, he thinks there's another male emu. So what he does, he gets off of his nest, He starts to walk that way, looking for the emu. Meanwhile, my brother comes behind and takes a couple of eggs. And then he disappears. And then I stop playing. And the emu goes, oh, he's left. So he'll come back to the nest, sit down. He won't worry that 2 eggs are missing. And we'll go home and feed 14 people with 2 eggs. So the other one is a story about our Dreamtime stories. People think that our Dreamtime stories are only there for children to listen to. Like how the frog hopped, or how the crow became black, or all those things. However, we have a story about gluttony, because we believe that there are those things in life that, if it's wrong, it's noted in our culture. So it's like the 10 Commandments. And one of those is gluttony. So there's an animal in our culture, is a particular bird, and he's a bustard. We call him a bush turkey. So what we do is, we know he's a glutton, so what we do is we light a fire, and because the fire is burning slowly, all the insects are running away from this fire. The glutton, the bird, the big turkey, will fly in the sky. He will see smoke. He will come down, land in front of the fire, and he will stand there like this, not move, and all that food comes to him. He will get so full that his gullet is so heavy, he can no longer fly. So we just walk up and then grab him like that. We don't have to have a bullet. We don't have to have a stick. We just trick him. And we make him eat more food. Then he can't fly. And then we go home and eat him. So that's how we do it. And so it's an easy way of acquiring food. And that's why we never had farming. We didn't believe in farming, although we tried it once over 1,000 years ago. And we said no more. We don't want any more farming. So I'm going to finish up with a little bit more story and a little bit more unity. But I want to say that between Aboriginal people and Lebanese people, we can become a great force, a great a family that we stick together and look after each other, because we have very similar cultures. We have extended families. We have very old cultures. And the fact that we're already linked for thousands of years. So I would encourage all Lebanese families in this country to get to know more Aboriginal people, and vice versa, that my people get to know more Arabic people as well. My family are also Afghani. So the first Afghani people that came here brought camels, and my family were also Muslims and Christians well before everybody else. So once again, thank you very much. I want to thank Dr. Ramsey for having me here tonight. I hope I've shared a little bit of story. I hope that I can come back again, and I hope that I can bring back my dancers to come and dance and perform for you in a proper way, because that's how it should be done, really, with dancers. So thank you very much. Shukran. And I want to say it in my language. We never say goodbye. We always say see you later. So in the language of the Eora, they say Yanu. And in my language, we say Arichaninga. Thank you very much. I'm going to finish up with a bit more Yidaki and a little bit of blessing for the night. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good night. Take care. God bless.
Thank you very much, Mr. Walangari. That was indeed beautiful and informative.